The Kick-Off Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to Beach FM 106.3. You're on the Kick-Off Breakfast Show with Damian. Let's talk rugby now, and let's welcome back to the show from the Horowhenua Kapiti Rugby Union. It's Cameron Prouting. G'day, Cam.
Morning, Damian.
How you doing?
I'm good, mate. Very well. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Good news this week. Very good news. Should we talk about it?
Yeah, it was really good news. Positive news, both for Super Rugby and for community rugby. Probably better than we were expecting in terms of what rugby looks like in Level 2. So we sort of weren't really expecting. Well, what we had heard a few weeks ago was that there wasn't going to be any rugby until Level 1. So the possibility of that happening in Level 2 is very exciting.
You can't get more contact than a rugby field. So why do you think that they're letting rugby go ahead in Level 2?
Yeah, it's a good question, and I think it could be that we're in Level 2 for quite a while. It could be that there's a very low risk of any sport spreading the virus, but I mean all hygiene practices will be in place to make sure that everyone's fully safe and fully looking after their own health. It's pretty ironic on the rugby field. You're snot rocketing and spitting and coughing and which are all the ways transmitting the virus. But look, I think for the Ministry of Sport to release these guidelines and allow rugby is a huge positive, and I guess it just shows the hard work that New Zealand's put in the past sort of 6 weeks. Is we're starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely. Hey, mate, I'm glad you elaborated, because I don't know how you'd put in hygiene standards into a game of rugby, but right. Next one would be Sport Wellington, Sport New Zealand announcing their government release of funding for local sports and community sports. How does that look for the HKRFU?
Yeah, so for from what I've read, it looks like regional sporting organisations can apply for up to 40k, and clubs and our local clubs can apply for up to 1,000. So yeah, it'll definitely be a help. We'll be trying to encourage and push all of our clubs to apply for that. Our organisation will be applying for it because I think anything. Any money that we can get at the moment, because of the lack of charitable trust funding that we've been able to get in the past month or two because of the bar being closed.
Mate, this may be a hard question, and you may not be the man to ask it to, but we've seen a lot of confidence in retailers and car yards and outlet shops. Their confidence and sponsorship might drop after this. How big is this going to be for rugby?
Yeah, I think sponsorship will drop. I'm sort of in the same boat as them, that you've got local businesses laying people off, and then you're coming and asking them for some money to sponsor. It is going to be pretty tough to gain sponsorship. Sponsorship was our second largest form of revenue after charitable trust funding last year. So it is a big part. We're lucky with the position of our financial year that we've already got some of that in. But yeah, look, it is going to become pretty tough to get sponsorship. Like all of our clubs and all organisations are going to be in that boat as well.
Absolutely. The pool's going to get smaller, and we're just more hands are going to try and get into it. And I only ask, mate, because I've sat on many committees for rugby clubs, and I know how much we rely on our sponsorship. So if you're listening out there, please keep supporting local in any way you can. Hey, let's take a look at when your season may kick off. Do you have a tentative date yet?
Yeah, so if we if we're moving to level 2 come Thursday, NZR are just working through at the moment around how big that pre-season window needs to be. So the pre-season window that involves contact training. So if that's 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, that they recommend that our players need contact that training to get them prepared for games, then that's what will follow. So if we're moving to level 2 on Thursday, then we're probably looking at, I want to say maybe 4 weeks of pre-season, but that's only my guess. So we're looking at probably a mid-June start for our club comp, which will be really good because we'll sort of get, our June, July, we're normally playing club rugby then anyway. So that's a good chunk of the season.
Shorter season maybe? Or are we still hoping for a full one?
Yeah, possibly. I think that's what we've got to work through with our clubs is what they want to see from the season, whether they want a full season that goes into August, September when they wouldn't normally be playing, or whether they want a shorter season to keep it in that club window. We've got to work through that with our clubs. I think the general consensus will be to extend the season a little bit more, so we are getting into that August, September window, which would be great if we could still have 2 full rounds or however many rounds it is, but sort of a 3 or 4 month club comp window. That'll be awesome.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And let's make it something special this year. Hey, lastly, mate, I've got a question because, I am celebrating 25 seasons of the Hurricanes. Last week we had props with Tyrell and Bull. This week we're going hookers with Asafo and Norm. Next week, mate, we got Blackwell locked in as the current Hurricane. Who should be who was a favourite lock of yours?
Oh, good question. Big fan of the big red Portito back in his day. So, yeah, either him or Dion Wallace floating around Wellington as well. So it might be worth giving him a bell.
Too true. Yes, 2 people already on the list. Well, thank you for your time, mate. Go well over the next week.
Awesome. Thanks, Damian.